My name is Sigrid, and I'm American, as you can hear. I was born in Minnesota, in the city of Minneapolis, and then when I was very young, we moved to New York, to Long Island. And when I was around 22, I decided to go study music in Basel, Switzerland. And I had studied German at school, so I knew a little German. And in those days, there was an airlines that was called Icelandic Air. Maybe it still exists. And we flew to Iceland to, they make you land and buy something in the store, or you can also not buy anything. And then we flew to Luxembourg. So my first experience in Europe was landing in Luxembourg and then taking the train down to Basel, Switzerland. And it was quite a culture shock for me. Living in Basel was interesting. I was a student, and I went to a school that specialized in early music. So medieval music, Renaissance music, and Baroque music. And at that time, there were only a few schools that specialized in this kind of music. So it was very interesting for Americans to go and study in Basel. And in fact, there were many Americans in my year. And so it was very easy for me to speak English all the time, and I didn't learn much German. So, and there were people from all over speaking all sorts of languages, and I felt very inferior because I didn't speak French and I didn't speak Spanish. I only spoke English and a little German. In that school, you could specialize in medieval music or Renaissance music or Baroque music, and I was always a little bit confused as to what I wanted to do. So I started out doing Baroque music. That was my idea. It was a very general idea because coming from America, I had a very general idea of what early music was about. But then I met people who introduced me to medieval music, and that fascinated me totally. And so I switched, and I started playing medieval music. And, well, I should say what I play, which is also kind of confusing. When I was a girl, I studied flute, like many girls, and I was pretty good. But then when you get to conservatory level, you have to be super good. Otherwise, there's really nothing for you to do as a flute player unless you want to play in the local band, which I didn't want to do. And fortunately, at that moment, there was some early music going on that was sort of parallel to the university program. It was sort of, I don't know, an alternative music choice. And so I started playing recorder, so the wooden, this kind of flute, and viola da gamba. Which I saw in a concert when I was at college, and I thought, that is the most beautiful instrument I've ever seen, and the most beautiful sounding instrument I've ever heard. And I fell in love with this instrument and decided to learn it.